Hello, this is Irish Prepper. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I don't know if you're going to be watching this when it was just a weekend, but that's what I'm coming off of. So, over the weekend, I was thinking about what I'm going to be eating, in a Teotihuacan situation. I mean, I do have my food storage. I got a lot of spaghetti sauces and meat sauces and chili sauces and all this stuff. And then I started thinking about meat. And I do have some canned, chunk meat or stuff like that, but that's not going to last very long, and that's not a very good, it's not going to work very well when you mix that stuff together. So, I was thinking, obviously, chickens are one of the videos I did before. Thing with me, I think chickens stink. Plus, there's the whole fleas and the little mites that birds have on them all the time. So they're very high maintenance. You have to do a lot to keep chickens healthy. I'm not saying that they're not a bad idea. That is why I did a video about doing urban chickens. But I actually think there's some better ways to deal with raising meat for yourself, okay, your family, and maybe as a bartering, as something to barter with. Okay, so I'm going to talk about survival raising rabbit meat. Okay, so raising rabbits for meat is a great, cost-effective way to keep your freezer full. Also, rabbit meat is very lean and healthy for those of you who are trying to cut fatty foods from your diet. Okay, since raising rabbits doesn't take up a whole lot of space, you don't need to live on a farm to do it. People in the city who have a decent-sized garage can join the program and get a little taste of the country life. There are a few things that everyone should know before getting started, though. Okay, the first thing you want to do when getting started is to make sure that you have the proper space to raise your rabbits. A medium-sized garage is efficient when raising meat rabbits. Okay, you then want to furnish the garage with your rabbit pens. There are several different types of cages, but when living in the city, you should probably invest in rabbit pens with drop pans. Okay, this will help keep the floor of your garage clean and make cleaning up a breeze. You can use newspaper to line the drop pans, but wood shavings are ideal because they are more absorbent. Okay, and if you get the cedar ones, it provides kind of a pleasant smell. Okay. You also want to get rabbit pens that help utilize the space you have. Rabbit pens that stack on top of each other will help conserve space and leave you room to still walk around. These pens will typically hold 3 to 6 adult rabbits. Okay, so, but one of the questions that most people would probably ask are, what types of rabbits make the best sense for meat production? Okay, what are the best choices that are out there to look for? Okay, so once you've designed your rabbit shelter to your liking and how you're going to have it, the next step is to fill those cages with meat, obviously. There are many breeds of rabbits, but not all make good meat rabbits. Okay, in a survival situation, any rabbit's going to do. But if you have time to prepare, which is what we're doing, and what's the whole point of watching prepping channels, which I'm still doing. I'm still going over Yankee Prepper channels every day. I'm still going over other prepper channels, and I would hope that maybe they're still looking around too. Maybe I'm providing them with something that they haven't thought about, and that's what we're all here to do. We're all contributing to the cause, right? So anyways, but there are many breeds of rabbits, like I said, but not all are good for meat. So some rabbits are strictly show or pet varieties. Okay, these are the cute little ones, but they would not serve your purpose very well. Okay, while any breed can be used for meat, the best ones have thick, heavy muscling along the back. Okay, or it's called the loins and the hind legs. Okay, finding the right breed of rabbit is critical. Some of the best choices are as follows: New Zealand whites, Californias, Beveren, or Bavarian, some people call them, American chinchillas, silver fox, satins, cinnamon, palomino, champagne d'Argent. Okay? These are the most popular and common breeds of meat rabbits. These rabbits will get as big as 10 to 12 pounds on the average. The mighty New Zealand white can actually attain weights of up to 25 pounds each. Keep in mind that live weight will produce less when slaughter time comes. However, rabbits are one of the most efficient animals for meat production livestock. The average cow, that's what they call female rabbits, okay, converts live weight to what is known as hanging weight. Okay, the meat and carcass remaining after processing at about 30 to 35%. And I think that's what they call female rabbits. Anyways, but rabbits, in general, rabbits have a 50%, okay, on the average conversion. Okay, I would totally screw that. So cows, just normal cows, okay, produce about 30 to 35% of the hanging weight. Okay, rabbits as a whole have a 50% on the average conversion. So for a 10-pound rabbit, you can expect about 5-pound carcass for food. Okay, that you're going to be able to actually use and eat. Okay, husbandry practices. Okay, the actual raising of the rabbit. When raising rabbit meats or meat rabbits, you want to keep a few choice breeding animals around. These rabbits are the lucky ones and will not make it to the dinner table. Okay, breeding your rabbits is usually a quick and easy process, but there are a few tricks to keep in mind when you get started. You always want to take your female rabbit, and I'm going to call them cows from now on. Okay, take your female cow rabbit and place it in the male rabbit pen. You wouldn't think it makes a difference, but it does more than you think. Female rabbits tend to be overprotective of their space. Okay, and they get a little pissed off when people get in there. If you place a male rabbit in the female pen, they'll be fighting too much to get any breeding done. Okay, the first time you introduce your rabbits, it may take them a little while to warm up to each other. Don't worry about that. Once they get accustomed to each other, the breeding process will only take a few minutes. Okay, you will know when the male gets the job done because, like humans, he will just roll off and find a place to sleep. Okay, after they have bred, you remove the female and place her back in her pen. You also need to put a nesting box in the female pen so the rabbit has a place to have her babies. Okay, you can either buy a nesting box, or if you want to save the money, you can always make one yourself. They're really quite simple to put together. You also want to make sure you put some wood shavings inside to help insulate the babies when the female isn't in there. If it is the winter season and it's really cold, you could use a heat lamp to keep the babies warm. Okay, caring for your meat rabbits, the rabbit diet is pretty basic and cheap. You can find rabbit food online or any local feed store. You really don't have to worry about overfeeding your rabbits. They're pretty good about only eating when they need to, which is constantly, but they eat slowly, I guess. You just want to make sure that they always have something to eat. Rabbits need a lot of water too, so you want to make sure that they have plenty. You can use the same type of water bottle that is used for hamsters. Water bowls are another possibility, but they are easy to tip over and get dirty fast. Okay, the rabbits learn to drink from drip bottles quickly, and you don't have to worry about cleanliness as much. A great addition to your rabbit's diet are alfalfa cubes. You can get them in bags at your local feed store or fresh from a field if you have a stand of alfalfa. Grass is good too. Just make sure there are no pesticides or chemicals on it. Make sure you place a little salt block in their pen as well. Choosing the right time to butcher your rabbit is pretty important. For the best efficiency, you don't want to feed them longer than you have to. Okay, you want to get them right when they hit the peak. Bam, you're taking them out. Okay, 8 to 12 weeks is the ideal time to butcher your rabbit, because by then you have already reached. It should have already reached its peak weight, and it's not going to get any bigger. So at that point, all it's doing is starting to eat the store's reserves that you've set aside for the rabbit raising. Okay. The longer you keep them past 12 weeks, the meat gets older, and it tends to get a bit tough. Also, okay, you can use older rabbits when they have outlived their production purposes to make fantastic stews. However, so there is no waste in the rabbit meat breeding process. Okay, you can use every little thing. The fur, obviously, very good for making shoes if you have to, if it comes down to that. Good wraps for your feet, or good linings for boots also, okay? As you can see, raising meat rabbits is rather easy. Once you get started, it only gets easier, okay? The hardest part is the startup. It is well worth the effort to give meat rabbits a try. They are a great way for a meat lover to keep their freezer stocked up with meat, and it can be done by anyone, whether you're a rancher or a city slicker, okay? So, it's true. Rabbits are freaking easy. You pick a type, you have the cage ready, you buy some food, and, the little watering necessities, and you just plan a little bit out how you're going to be able to still feed them and provide the water for them if everything goes to crap. And they breed unbelievably fast. I mean, we've raised rabbits before, and we've holy crap, it's like they breed so fast that one day you don't have any rabbits, or you just have 2, and then all of a sudden you have 15 in 2 weeks later. That's what it seems like anyways. It's not that fast, but it's worth looking into having rabbits as meat, okay, and raising rabbits as meat. So anyways, this is Irish Prepper. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that helped out a little bit. You guys have a nice night. Take care.